Hi everyone, this is another tutorial video to guide you in terms of setting up your studio, Visual Studio. You have installed Studio the first time and you're wondering what I'm going to do with this and where do I begin? It's simple and straightforward. Firstly, I'm going to show you how to open your new files, basically, how to run them and open them. And for example, before you proceed, I'll recommend doing one thing. This is the first screen that you will have in Studio. What do I do next? I will ask you to be really organized when dealing with Studio. Create a folder. Always create a folder. The folder must be created. I've already created a folder in the back end. The folder is already on my desktop. And it depends on where you want to save it. It's your choice. But I've created a folder. It's in my desktop. So first, I gotta click that. So when I click that, then I create you create a Java project. You know when you open a Java class, how you set up a Java class project. But my focus today is going to be on JavaScript. It's going to be on database. I'll make a separate video for Java because the class's structure would be different. JavaScript. I'll create a database, HTML, Python, and C++ and CSS. So we're going to open a folder. When I open this folder, you will see I've already created these files, and all the files are grouped there. But don't confuse. I just created the group of the files. It depends on how you want to set up, whether you're dealing with a C++ or predominantly working on C++ only, or whether you're working on JavaScript or predominantly working on Java only. First, you click on Open Folder, and this is my folder. Then I go to Desktop. And in here I have my new project and I select. So when I open this folder, then it refreshes, and when it refreshes, then you have my new projects here. You can see my new projects. You can see my files for my new projects are all on the left hand side. Now, firstly, you can see I've created demo files. I can create it. Remember, the extensions are the main thing you need when you open a new project. So this is where you come to. You click on that, and that's when you have a new project. And when you upload a new project, this is the refresh button that you use to refresh your projects. So remember, these projects have already been created. Okay. Whenever you're using database, this is what you use: new file, extension, or Python, py, preview, CSS, test.123.html. So I'm going to demo for you how to create a project. So, let's say a HTML file. So I'm going to run this and create a new file. And in this file, I'm going to call it new file. Then I'm going to call it orange. Let's call it orange.html. So orange.html. Then when we hit enter, we can see orange.html has already been created. So this is where you come in and probably you use your emit function. And emit function is to use the colon. Emit is only applicable mostly in HTML at the moment, but you can use it in other platform. You have to just configure your Visual Studio properly. So now we got emit. We click on colon, enter. We got our first page, and this is our first preview page. Now the first preview page has been created. And you can see that it is all running nice and smoothly. Now, because we've created a preview page, we can see, for example, I've created a page here, which is test123. If I click on test123, this is what I added in test123. You can see the page preview. So if you want to click on page preview, that's where you click on show preview. And show preview actually shows you this page and shows you the code that I have running. I'm running here is still functioning. So this is where I put it in the body. And when you use the emit, it actually brings this for you automatically. So you don't have to type it, you just embed your code. At the moment, emit is only available on HTML. So if you want to use emit option, you can actually use it on HTML. But if you want to use it on other platforms, you may have to configure it yourself. You can see on the left-hand side of my screen here, on the left-hand side here, all these options. I have got connect.database. You are working with this one at the top, which begins with connect.database. You can see this one here. I've used it for database for, you can use it my PHP admin or my SQL workbench. If you're dealing with that and you're trying to connect your database, firstly, you're going to install the extension. You can see I have already created my extension database. And this is where you add your extension. You have to be live on the internet to be able to install the extension. That's a separate video in dealing with configuration for database and adding your extension on Visual Studio. I'll make a video for that separately. But once you install your database, then you can actually create something like connect.db. And you can see all these things will change when you click on connect on DB. And once you configure it, it depends on if you're using PHP. You can see the function will change to PHP. For example, let me add one for PHP. I haven't done that. I forgot to mention that. So let's add one and call it test, like that. Let's say green. Let's see green.php. PHP basically. Green.php, enter. So can you see how it is added PHP green? Can you see how green.php is? And with green.php, we can actually try to emit. It doesn't work. Can you see that? You see, it doesn't work because it is only available on HTML at the moment. So this is how it actually is, and this is how you set up your new files and your new folders when you add your PHP files or your connect.db, your orange. So these are all the sub files that are added at the bottom. Now, if you look at the right hand side, you can see the test123. If you want to preview this, you just click on that button here, which is the preview, which shows you the preview. So this is how you set it up. This is how you get your first page. This is where you start to run your codes. And if you're probably running on this, you want to right click probably and then run a debugger or click on run. When you click on run, it runs and debugs the file. So for example, you were going to run it, the function will be available here to run or debug your files, and the errors will be displayed on your for example, you're working with a C++, like let's click on that and then we run. Then we want to run and see if we have any errors. So any errors in the code, to debug them, they will go at the bottom. It depends on how you set up your settings on your screen preview. So this is basically a preview of showing you how to open your first pages. This is the option new file, where you add your new file. This is where you add your new folder, and this is where you refresh. Every code you added, probably, or you edit something, just click on the refresh button. It refreshes the page and you have a better preview. And if you, this is auto refresh. Once you add, it automatically syncs in. So let's say if I wanted to add this to Pelicans, and you can see that I've added it. I don't have to click refresh. Can you see? It's on the right. It automatically syncs. It's automated. And this is how you actually deal with setting up your first preview page. I hope this has been helpful for you, and I want to thank you for viewing. Have a nice day. Take care.